A worst case scenario UFC 304. Now, as bad as it already is for the British fans, with the main card starting at 3 a.m. local time, on today's video, I am going to talk about all of the worst possible case scenarios for this UFC 304 card. I have them around the screen and I will be revealing them one by one. No dilly-dallying, we're jumping right into it. Worst case scenario number one, Manel Kape misses weight. Now, he missed weight against Matthias Nicolau and subsequently got the fight canceled. That was in January. And then also the fight got canceled once again when they had the rebooking. Kape is a guy who has 9 UFC fight cancellations. This could be unlucky number 10 for him, especially if he misses weight. Now, bad enough the fight would get canceled if he misses weight. If the fight does go forth and Manel Kape somehow wins against Muhammad Mokaev, what happens? Probably not a title fight, because how can they reasonably place Manel Kape in a spot for the flyweight belt when he can't consistently make weight? He's missed weight twice in the UFC, and I have concerns that he's going to miss weight again, especially with the fight being in the UK with the weird start time. Who knows how the body is going to be affected with the pre-fight weigh-ins? And Manel Kape is suspect to coming in a little bit over. I'm really excited for the fight, and it's had some strange card movement. Initially, this fight was a featured bout on the main card, or subsequently before the featured bout. Now, they've decided to change it all around. He's on the damn early prelims. I don't know if that's going to stand. Who knows what the UFC's plan is? What's going on behind the scenes? What's happening with Manel Kape? Is there news that he might not make weight? Is that why they're dropping it way down the card? Is this fight not going to happen? I hope that it does, because in a perfect world, this is the number one contender fight, and either guy winning is then placed in a fight against Alexandre Pantoja. But a Kape who comes in heavy disqualifies himself from getting a title shot. How do you give him the shot if he's missing weight in this one when he's missed weight previously? So could be 3 strikes and he's out of the flyweight division if he doesn't make weight here. So that would be pretty damn bad. I hope he comes in on weight. I pray that he comes in on weight. But it doesn't matter, because Mokaev is going to beat him anyways. But still would be better an on-weight Kape takes an L to the surging Muhammad Mokaev. That's not it. We got more. Queen Green chins Paddy the Baddie. Yes, Queen Green. I think King Green, Bobby, is going to take an L against Paddy Pimblett. Now, if he goes out there and boxes up the Baddie, rips his face apart with jabs and crosses, stings him clean enough to shut his lights off, that kills the hype train of Paddy the Baddie, who definitely has a good amount of fans. He's got all of damn Liverpool behind him. And it would also disprove the theory that Paddy the Baddie says Scousers can't be knocked out. If he gets chinned and the Scouser goes down and out, it's going to be a horrible look. Now, I really pray that this doesn't happen, because Bobby Green has already shown that he isn't really top 10 material by any means. He's bottom end, top 15 material. He can definitely box, but he has some obvious flaws. Whereas Paddy Pimblett has an endless potential. His ceiling is very high. You can judge him off of a bad performance against Jared Gordon, or you can say, oh, his biggest win is a 50-year-old Tony Ferguson. Listen for a second. Look at the striking. Tony Ferguson, Paddy Pimblett. Paddy dropped him. Paddy had him badly hurt. Tony Ferguson dropped Bobby Green, though. I think Bobby Green's got a little bit of a suspect chin, and if they're sitting on the feet, dick measuring contest, trying to throw hammers, I think is more likely that Paddy drops Bobby than the contrary. So my official call is going to be Paddy the Baddie by club and sub. But if Queen Green puts him down, puts him out, especially in front of the home crowd, granted, Manchester, Liverpool, they're not buddy-buddy, but it's still the home country of Paddy Pimblett, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fans in attendance. That would be really bad. That'd be devastating. I think that Paddy Pimblett has this trajectory upward. We have an imaginary timeline for him getting big fights. I think we already have matches set. He beats Queen Green, and then you move him up a little bit. Maybe you give him Money Moicano, especially if Moicano loses to Benoit Saint-Denis. That fight's definitely something that could be in the works for maybe 2025, probably early stage 2025, unless Paddy's feeling hungry and he's going to be quickly turning around and taking a fight at the end of the year. But I doubt it. Queen Green Chinlam will be horrible. Now, I am absolutely flaming Bobby King Green, but it's because he changed his name to King Green. I can't call him Bobby Green anymore. Now I just got to call him King. So the first fight leading up to it, I got to drop some flames when I'm on the other side, okay? I think we're going to see Paddy, the baddie, actually touch him up nicely on the feet. Queen Green's hands are low. He's hittable. Fast 1-2 from Paddy. I think he stings Green. He's got a big grappling advantage. I feel like people forget that you improve in the game and sometimes you have an off night. I feel like this is going to be Paddy's breakout fight, and I think he's beating up Bobby Green en route to getting the biggest win of his career. So that would be a really bad case scenario, and I will continue to keep my fingers crossed and pray to the MMA gods. Please lead Paddy the Baddie to victory. We need him with a W. Paddy the Baddie for the win. Oh, Paddy the Baddie. I'm not jumping off the hype train. The hype train keeps rolling. We got more, though. Next one, Curtis Blaydes Hulk smashes Tom Aspinall. What does a Hulk smash mean exactly? Well, if Curtis Blaydes takes Tom Aspinall down and does what he did to Alistair Overeem, to Tommy Boy, I'm probably going to have tears on stream. I am going to cry. Tom Aspinall losing this fight will break my heart. Tom Aspinall getting stopped on the ground with brutal shots from Curtis Blaydes will break me. I don't know how I'm going to continue into the following week if Tom Aspinall gets knocked out here. I am telling you, it will be horrible. This is also why it'll be horrible, because Curtis Blaydes has about a 0% chance of getting the Jon Jones fight. There is zero hype in it. It easily gives Jon Jones the out. I fight Stipe, okay, I retire, goodbye. Or maybe I fight Alex Pereira. I promise you, Curtis Blaydes has a 0% chance of getting the fight against Jon Jones. If Blaydes becomes the interim champion, he's either going to defend the interim belt or he's just going to have to wait till Jones retires and then he ends up getting promoted to actual world champion. I got to say some more things about this fight, though. Not just about the worst case scenario, but about the fact that Tom Aspinall is a legit-ass heavyweight, has a belt, but isn't the UFC heavyweight champ because Jon Jones wants to play around with Stipe Miocic, who's nearly 45 years old and hasn't won a fight since the early 2020s. I don't get it. I don't get how this is possible. The UFC is the ultimate fighting championship, not the special event championship, not the let's match up a former GOAT versus the current GOAT. Jon Jones versus the supposed heavyweight GOAT Stipe. That's what they say. I don't know if Stipe is really the heavyweight GOAT. I don't think he's beaten a prime Cain Velasquez, and I probably don't even think he's beaten a prime Fedor. But granted, Fedor was on the Russian supplements, so it's a different sport back then. Let's not compare apples to oranges, but I do think Cain Velasquez on paper and how the matchup would have been hell for Stipe. But he's 43 now. There's footage of Stipe Miocic having a stumble as he walks. Like, he's walking like Joe Biden was off the damn debate stage. Somebody's got to help him as he's going. And you're fighting for a world title off of a loss in 2021 to Francis Ngannou when we have Tom Aspinall, the most talented, the most special heavyweight we have probably ever seen. He's more well-rounded than anybody else. And he also has the legit size at 6'5". He's a massive man. And that would be a real heavyweight fight for Jon Jones. So if Curtis Blaydes somehow comes in and kills that plan, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a meltdown. I'm freaking out just considering it. I feel watery eyes coming. I hope it doesn't happen. I pray it doesn't happen, please. If the MMA gods are just in any sense, Curtis Blaydes is getting absolutely annihilated by Tom Aspinall. Guys, you need to put your hands together and pray with me right now. Please, MMA gods, please lead Tom Aspinall to a win, to a knockout win, to a win where he doesn't take much damage, to a win where he can't be denied and he looks like the best heavyweight on the planet. And maybe, I don't want to sacrifice Stipe, but maybe Stipe twists his ankle or something. Maybe he has a fall at the nursing home and he can't take the fight against John Jones. And we get the proper fight, which is Tom Aspinall versus John Jones, to find out who's really the baddest instead of playing bullshit games. Because I don't want no bullshit games. I want to know who the man is. And Tom Aspinall and John Jones will decide that. Unless somehow Curtis Blaydes wins. Please no. Please no. Tom Aspinall's knocking him out. Tom Aspinall's knocking him out, I promise. But this would be horrible for all of us. And right now in the comments, I need a ton of W's and prayers for Tom Aspinall. We need to put a lot of energy behind Tommy Boy. Because a loss here, it might as well end his career. He might as well never show face again. It's over. The Jones fight is dead. Jones will retire having never truly been beaten. He's going to fight old man Stipe. Maybe he fights Pereira, but maybe not. And he's gone. And that's it. But when Aspinall wins, you can't deny a savage fight. Now, I'm deciding, do I want to bring up the worst case scenario for the main event first? Or do I want to bring up a biased, fan-sided worst case scenario? I'm bringing up the fan-sided one first real quick, okay? The Welsh gangster gets wrestle-fucked. If you're a casual and you don't know who the Welsh gangster is, shame on you. Oban Elliott on the prelims is fighting American wrestler Preston Parsons, and he needs to beat his ass. He's an underdog that I think has value on the money line because he's a savage dog that I'm picking, but he's also a certified badass. He brings the Chael Sonnen vibes. He's a self-admitted big Chael Sonnen fan. That's where the Welsh gangster nickname comes from, and he can't lose to Preston Parsons. Nah. No way. Oban Elliott's getting that fight. He can't lose. He's definitely not getting wrestle-fucked. He might strangle Preston Parsons. That's what I'm calling. So Oban Elliott to win. That's just me shouting out my guy. That's a worst-case scenario if he gets wrestle-fucked. Maybe not for all of you watching because you don't care about Oban. But if you do, if you know that he's got that rub and he's going to be a fun guy to watch, talk some shit on the come-up, you got to root for him. All right. It's time for the worst-case scenario for the main event. The Belal era begins. It would be so bad that I had to include a picture of Belal. There he is. There's Belal Muhammad. Please, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'll say it 1,000 times if I have to. No. The Belal era begins. It's over. The UFC is done with. We're done. Boxing's taking over again. Boxing's on the comeback. It's over. Bare knuckle's going to surpass us. Leon Edwards losing to Belal and losing in England, that is a worst case scenario maybe ever in MMA history. The Belal era begins will break me down. I don't know how I'll react. I'll lose my shit. I mean, I'll be heartbroken if Aspinall loses. If all this happens, if the card goes down like this, I might have to take a couple months off from watching the damn UFC. I don't know how I'll move forward. This will be like a devastating breakup that you can't get over, where you just sit in your bedroom, right, with your sheets over your head and you cry yourself to sleep and you cry yourself to wake. You're crying all day long if these happen. My gosh, please no. Please no. The Belal era beginning. It scares me a little bit because Belal is talking about he's got that Mexican style stand-up.
We got him the Mexican boxing style. If you guys watch Canelo, Marquez, all those guys, Belal has the hands like that right now.
What? What the fuck?
Like Canelo Alvarez. But I saw the video. He don't look like Canelo Alvarez. He looks maybe like Nacho Libre, the Mexican style striking like him, but he's no Canelo with his boxing. Stop it. To his coach that said that, you're crazy. Stop it. Leon Edwards outstrikes him with ease. Where Belal can win is with his pressure, but he's not going to do it. No way. The Belal era doesn't begin. Actually, the Belal win streak stops right here as Leon Edwards touches him up. Go watch the first fight. Belal was wobbling all over the place. Leon kicked him in the head in the first fight, and it was blocked, and he was still doing the chicken dance. Leon Edwards is going to rip him apart. When Belal lands, it's like getting hit by a fly. When Leon lands, it's like somebody swung a damn sledgehammer at him. Belal might be getting knocked out. I could see Leon Edwards getting a KO over Belal Muhammad here. And that will really put a stamp on the rivalry. I think Leon has found his flow. The Belal era is not beginning. This would be a horrible reality that we live in. If you think we may have slipped into an alternate universe, that universe where Belal is champion, I don't want to be a part of. Give me the rope now. Give me the rope now. I'm done with it then. I can't deal. Give me the rope, man. I'm not doing it. I'm not really going to do that. I'm just fucking around. I'm not going to, I'm not going to hang myself if Belal wins. But he's not going to win anyway, so you don't even have to worry about that. It's not going to happen. The Belal era isn't beginning. The Belal era will never begin. The Belal era doesn't exist. Please, in the comments, say a prayer with me for Leon Edwards to destroy Belal. I don't care method of victory. Get a decision and a snooze fest. Out kickbox him, out wrestle him. I don't care. Belal winning the fight is the worst possible outcome in MMA right now. You might be thinking, wait, Magomed Ankalaev beating Pereira would be bad. This would be worse. I can't imagine Belal as champion. And it won't happen. It's just fantasy. There's probably like a 2% fan base that's Team Belal for the win. And you guys are going down because Leon's going to work him. For sure. This is a worst case scenario UFC 304. If you think that I left anything out, if I forgot about something, please in the comments let me know. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, this is your first time watching one of my videos, if you like the vibe, you should hit that subscribe button. I don't know why you wouldn't, but maybe you're weird like that. If you haven't smashed the like button, make sure you do. I'm going to keep these worst case scenario videos coming. The people tell me they like it, and I deliver for the people. I appreciate you all. See you all in the next one. Peace out.